When you are describing the arrangements that you are using impressive language such as show-stopping and lovely and handcrafted or artfully designed.
Welcome to the Business and Pleasure of Flowers. We're your hosts, Vonda
and Lori Wilson, and we believe that business and fun are a perfect combination. Kind of like us, Vonda.
Good day, clickers. I hope everybody's doing well and mid-month really digging in deep with all the preparations for Valentine's Day. I know that, almost all the conversations I've been having with members this last week have really revolved around preparations for Valentine's Day. And we continue to remind everybody to have a staff meeting with your employees to get everyone on the same page, because we all know communication is key. And Lori talks about that time and time again. So what we did last week, Lori and I recorded a staff meeting session that's up on YouTube that really allows you to play that for your staff to really get them on the same page and to key in on certain aspects of preparations for Valentine's Day that are really important. So we're going to do a replay of that today. And I will also drop the link for the actual session with the slides for you to take a look at if you want to listen to it and play it at the same time. If you didn't get the email for the link for the staff meeting session, then please, you send an email to us or reach out and let us know that you want to be on our email list. But let's make sure that we're as ready as we can be for a successful Valentine's Day. Hi, I'm Vonda Lefevre from Flower Click.
And I'm Lori Wilson.
And we're excited to be here for the staff meeting. So we're going to walk through this staff meeting much like I would if I was going through a staff meeting with our gals. This is our Flower Click gals, and Lori and I, once a month, we have a staff meeting and we share ideas and motivation and hear what others have to say, because it's truly a team that works together, and we have an amazing team.
So today we're going to pretend that all of these ladies and Vonda and I are part of your team, and we're having a staff meeting together.
So let's get started. Most of you know Valentine's Day is the single busiest day of the year. Whether this is your first year or your 50th year, you know it's a busy day, right? And the whole idea is to get through that with ease. As long as we prepare well, it goes, I want to say seamless, but we know it's not seamless. But with the right mindset, we'll get through it with ease. First of all, we want to thank you. Thank you for being part of our team. Each and every one of you have a vital part of this team. You might not think so. You're like, I just do this, I just do that. No, it takes all of us to make things happen.
All right, so this is a quick reference guide that we've created, and we are going to laminate this and have it up at the front desk. It is for exceptional customer service. It's going to be on the front desk and near every phone that we have. And it's just a quick guide to look down of reminders for us, because I know the week or the 2 weeks leading up to Valentine's Day can be quite chaotic. And sometimes we forget things, such as forget to smile when we're talking on the phone. Forget our power greeting. Like when we answer the phone, what do we say? Because remember, first impressions are everything. Remember to paint that visual picture, which we're going to talk more in detail about later. So always, always, always remember to take a look at this. And if you don't see it, come check with one of us and we make sure we have it.
So let's talk about the expectations for all of us. We want this to be fun, not chaos. Now, everything's not going to come up roses, which we have, pun intended, because that's the way it is, right? We want to provide superior customer service, not just great customer service, superior customer service. We need to make sure that our team members, each and every one of you, know when you're expected to be in. So come to me, come to the manager to make sure that you know when you're on the schedule. And sometimes it's not spoken. Sorry to say, I kind of expect everybody to be here during that holiday time. So let's have a conversation to make sure that we're all on the same page when you need to be here, what hours, etc. We will schedule the flower delivery time. So any of you who are in care and handling, we need to make sure all hands are on deck for that. And then we need to discuss what we can do to prepare all of us together. What is it that we need to do once those flowers come in so that we have the process day by day? Because again, we're all on the same team.
All right. Communication is everything. We need to be always communicating what we are low on in the front cooler or in the back cooler. So, for those of you that work up at the front, we should always have different price points, different colors in the front cooler where our customers can see it. If you see that we are running low on things, you need to let myself or another manager or designers know so that we can be making some things to put out there because we are going to be having a lot of walk in. If we have things that are completely sold out, this is mostly for people in the back that we have no product left on things. Let the people in the front know which specials or which things on the website are sold out. This is really, really important. Step up when someone on your team needs a break. Be looking around, making sure everybody's okay. So, a matter of fact, something that we may do as a team is have pedal pals. I was thinking about this last night. When you walk in for your shift, you are going to have sticker. And your sticker is a flower sticker and it's going to match another staff member's sticker. That is your pedal pal for that shift. Your job is to check in on them throughout the whole shift. Every day, it's going to change. We are not favoring our pedal pal. You're going to have a different one every time because that's your person for the day. And you're going to check on them and make sure if they need a break, you make sure that they get a breather or they get to go to the bathroom or they get to do whatever it is they need. But we're going to make it fun and we're going to know that somebody's got our back. The last thing I want to say is we're going to have problems. There's going to be broken glass. There's going to be broken flowers. There's going to be broken hearts. There's going to be broken stuff. Take some breaths before we respond, before we react, and just know in the big scheme of things, we're going to figure it out. It's going to be okay.
Absolutely, Lori. That is so true. So let's talk a little bit about what we expect from our designers. Productivity is key. We have to get a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time to make a lot of customers happy and play Romeo and all over the place, right? So we know that, but even as important, if not more important, as Lori showed before, quality. So the attention to detail is really important. Now, I know we have a couple that might be designer assistants that will be able to fill the vases and get things ready to hand off to the designers. Might even be able to pull like these roses and Crispidia that are all together, put those together so that the designer can go extra fast because that will help in our productivity. We know what we're offering for our specials, so really know what those recipes are key into those, so it makes it easier for you. We're gonna work on a production line, and I know, gosh, there might only be 2 of us on this production line, but one of us will start with the foliage and a couple key flowers, somebody else will do the next flowers, and then we'll hand it back so that we make sure that the quality is there. So that production line will help us do more arrangements in a shorter amount of time because those pre-mades that are done ahead of time, we're going to get 20 of these done. And then as those orders come in, all we have to do is put the cards on them. We are not going to wait till the orders come in to do them as they come in. We're going to pre-make those orders and anticipate what orders are going to sell and make it real easy. And then we're going to put it to you sales staff to go, oh, they've got extra of these. That's what I'm going to sell. The other thing is we need to be able to keep the cooler filled, and we're going to do a rotation. Going to head back behind the design table. Here we are.
You're in the design room now.
I am somewhat of a design room here, Lori. And what we want to make sure that you have in the cooler are 3 different price points, at least, right? So we want something for the dad who comes in with his child who wants something that they're going to be able to take to mom. And that could be this vibe vase that has carnations, a spray rose, some alstro, just a nice variety of flowers. That's an easy grab and go. This is going to be a good price point, but you don't want this one to be the only one. You need a larger design. And in this case, we have the mixed hydrangea, alstro roses. Again, you want to make sure that you have good variety of things in there but not all roses. You're going to have your dozen roses, 2 dozen roses, 3 dozen roses. You know those are going to sell. But have the mixed ones with roses in them because they're going to get a larger arrangement for a lesser price point, right? This one really comes up to 169 is what we're looking at here. And on vases, whether we're using the small ones or the larger ones, be sure you have some type of Valentine pick. Now, I'm not big on these Valentine picks. These aren't bad, but what else can you do to add a heart to those designs that's not necessarily a pick? So here I just have some braided lily grass. And if we put this in on 2 sides, and then I bring these together and tie them and put them back behind here, you can see I have a heart
Oh, yeah.
within the
Yeah.
design. You see it?
Cute. Yeah.
Okay. So something like that that you can add to the design that's not taking away from the size and everything, but it's
Cute.
adding that heart because men especially would like to see something real Valentine's looking in their design. So in this one as well, remember all of you who are on the front showroom, if they buy this out of the vase, don't forget to give them the option. Would you like to upgrade that to a keepsake vase that maybe she would like it to be more special? And designers, this one's for you. I have this done so that it's easy to take from one to the other. Whether
Mhm.
I use some type of a mechanic, in this case, I have the floral netting that I have it in, or if you're using, hand tied bouquet, make it easy for that staff in the front to be able to do that and bring it from one and the other. And you can see, sometimes you might even have to show them what a difference it makes for another $30, right?
Yeah.
Then we have our mid-size.
Question, Vonda, about the seagrass or
Yeah,
the heart. Can that be pre-made in advance, like far in
absolutely. You
advance?
can do that a couple weeks ahead of time. Take that
Yeah.
old grass, get it braided, put it in the cooler in, a box with some Crown and Glory or something to just make sure it has enough moisture. But definitely, that
Yeah.
can be done ahead of time.
Yeah. I love that idea.
And instead of just the little lily grass, it's just 3 of them that are braided
Love it.
together. So it's
Yeah.
simple. And so then this would be the mid-size arrangement. This is 10 tulips, some spray roses, and 1 hydrangea. And so what we have here is a 59, we have a 99, and we have a 159. So we have 3 different price points. And always make sure you have your plants. Of course, this is my favorite, the hyacinth, because it smells heavenly.
Yeah.
Green plants, have everything ready for them. Don't forget that the end of the day or in the middle of the day once to use your DCD, clean your tabletop and my tools because we want our flowers to last so long, right? That's it, quality. So be sure that you're cleaning up after yourself, after your tools. So we have nice clean surface that we're not having any bacteria grow on our
Yeah.
tabletop.
Yeah. Great information. We may even assign one of our assistant designers that job to like every couple hours go around and just do a clean like that. I might have that job. I'm good at that job. I would
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Thank you for bringing that up because I do think that's a really good idea. We should definitely assign somebody to do that. So now that we know we have the things we're going to do in the cooler, but we also know we're going to do a limited number of specials. So you sales staff who are amazing know that there are a limited number of those specials. They're going to be very similar to what we have on our website because we have that on our website. We're going to have it in the cooler because it makes it so much easier. We don't need more stress and we don't need more things to sell and more decisions to make. So we're going to have that ready. We're going to set up for success with the tools for easy and seamless sales conversations, which are the sales scripts you see here. And Lori's going to talk about those in a minute. But always communicate. What are we out of? What are we getting low on? It's that communication that's really key. Front room, back room, you guys have to talk. You have to really clearly communicate what's going on.
again, just more buzzwords to put on those sales scripts. And the scripts that Vonda had on the previous slide, that is in the designer's resource guide. We are part of Flower Click, and so we get that guide. And so we have all access to all of these kinds of words. So make sure when you are describing the arrangements that you are using impressive language such as show stopping and lovely and handcrafted or artfully designed instead of just plain, oh, it's beautiful or it's amazing. Like, think a little more outside the box. All right, sales scripts. Here's the sales scripts we're going to be using. These are some of our specials. These sales scripts have not only the descriptions, but we also have put up right over here. If you can see me highlighting it, every time you see an arrow, it helps paint that visual picture that I mentioned earlier. It's so important every time we describe what design we are featuring or that we are suggesting they purchase, that they know how big it is without giving them exact dimensions, because that never helped anybody. We need to talk about placement, what it would look nice on, but we want to make it fun and exciting. So, for example, the flirty flare, it's made to shine on a dining room table or an entryway or even a big kitchen island, basically anywhere where it can steal a few glances because it is just that pretty. So, have fun with it. We put ways that you can make it sound great. I think the little petite tote right here that I just love says that it's sweet enough to be on a nightstand or a small table or even a cubicle. So think about how you're going to describe it because that's what they are picturing. Again, more buzzwords: playful and polished, fresh, vibrant. All of these words are what I call appetizing. Like, they make me go, "Ooh, I want that." And so that is your goal. You want the person on the other end of the phone or standing in front of you to go, "Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds incredible. That's what I want." Card messages. Some people do not have a way with words, and that's okay because you do have a way with words. You're going to have some. Use these or make your own. Have a mix of romantic and funny and flirty. Whatever we decide we want to have, we can have. If we want to have some borderline raunchy, let's do it. I don't know. It's going to depend on the customer, but whatever. Let's just have some in our repository to when we say, oh, what do you want the card messages to say? And if they're stumbling, go, you know what? I got a couple. You want me to help you? Because I can. They're going to love it. And that's what they're going to remember. And that's what's going to keep them coming back to us.
So if they
Oh,
are saying to you, "Oh, just say love your husband," you might
right.
just help them out. Give them
Yeah.
something
No,
that
oh, no, no, no,
he
no, no.
would want to hear.
Going to be some more. Prep school. We have sales prep school, so we are going to take some time and watch the extra videos in the bottom of the course that are specific to Valentine's Day. For those people that are watching this video and do not have sales prep school, you should have it because it is an incredible tool to get your staff trained in one cohesive manner where everybody is doing the same thing. You can do it in 7 days. It is just that simple. It takes about an hour a day. You do an hour and then you practice. You do an hour and then you practice or apply the whole day. So you can see day 1 through 7, and that's what it is. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. Also, in the email that you're receiving that has this video, there may be some promotions in there. You make sure you read every detail.
Okay, so then let's talk about delivery because we know delivery is huge for Valentine's Day. Your sales staff at the front are going to be selling that. Designers are going to be whipping those arrangements out, and then it's going to be passed off to the delivery drivers, and we're going to have several of them. So you who are the drivers who are sitting here watching me, you know that you are the face of the shop. Most of the people you're going to their door and making that delivery have never been in our flower shop. So it's so important that you make a great impression. You are the only thing they're seeing, you and the beautiful flowers that we've all put together. So remember to check in on what our delivery policy is, whether we leave it, whether we leave a card, it's going to be dependent on our weather. So know at the very last minute what we've decided on that. We might be able to give you a designer assistant so that if you're driving, somebody can run. We're going to have to see how that's going too. be sure to clearly communicate with your logistics engineer. Somebody's going to be getting all those things ready for you if it's not you doing it yourself. Communication, like we've talked at the beginning. Communication, and always err on the side of caution. If something falls over, make sure you bring it back or you send a picture so that we know whether, oh, yeah, that's okay. Use the water jug we have in the van to fill it up and go ahead and take it to the door. So make sure that everything that makes it to a customer is in tip top 100% best quality ever. And just a reminder, we've talked about scheduling just a little bit, but let's get one-on-one so that we make sure that you know when we expect you to be here, what hours and everything. Because if there's some type of a conflict, we need to know it now and get that taken care of so we don't have any last-minute problems. Now, this is pretty important for salespeople, especially, but even the designers who are making the design. Average sale for Valentine's Day is between $190 and $200. Last year, it was 188.81, which you see right there. Don't try to sell them that $59 vase unless they're getting that vase and the 449. Maybe they're doing everything together. So remember that. They're not just there looking for something really inexpensive. There's going to be some who are, but push the envelope a little bit. Be sure and show them those really, knock it out of the park kind of arrangements. Or if you're on the phone, the same type of thing. Don't assume that they're looking for a low end item. Your biggest spenders are in that 35 to 45 age. And on the phone, it's really hard to tell on that, right? But if they're standing in front of you, you can pretty much tell, and then steer them to something in a higher end. 38% are buying online, so that's why we have to keep making those designs that are online so that when those come in, we can tag them and be done. 40% are buying flowers, the others are buying candy and greeting cards, so let's sell it all to them.
All right, marketing. We're going to do this really quick. I just pulled a lot of content from my Instagram because I wanted to inspire you guys in hopes that it will inspire you to inspire me. So it's reciprocal. We need to be on our social media as much as possible and start getting the word out there about Valentine's Day and about our business. So one of the things that is really, really great right now are carousels. People love carousels, and that works on Instagram and Facebook. It works better on Instagram, but it also is fine on Facebook. This is an example. Main Street Florist, Sarah, Main Street Florist, friend of ours. This is not Valentine's Day, but it's one of her Christmas posts. She was doing 75% off. So all she did, her first slide picture was like, hey, I'm having 75% off of some stuff. Snatch them up. Nothing super fancy. She went around the shop, took pictures of everything that was really cool that she had on sale and showed the price, and she put it in a big carousel. We can do that as a team for Valentine's Day. We're not having 75% off for Valentine's Day, but you know what I'm talking about. Go around, find your favorite products that we're going to have for Valentine's Day. Take pictures, send them to me, send them to our social media manager, send them to whoever. Let us do that. People want to see our stuff. Make sure they are a good picture. Clean your camera before you click for the picture. Send them and let's start posting. Galentine's Day, it's the 13th. We need to promote it. We can have some specials, but this is another shop, Flower and Balloon Gallery. She's doing a fun Galentine party. She's not doing it the night of, but she's doing a Galentine party. And we're not doing a Galentine party, but it's to inspire that you can do some fun things. Other things, reels and carousels are the two things that get the most views and likes on social media right now, especially on Instagram. And so still pictures are fine, but we're going to try to go for those two things between now and Valentine's Day and see if we can bring more people in. The far left is one from Flowers by Michelle. It's a reel, but it's just a screenshot of one. It says, there's just something about classic roses. Basic, very basic. We're not going to do all of those, but what could we do? What does that inspire us? She didn't even write that. I put that on there because it made me think there's just something about classics. So let's play with that. The one in the middle, Blakemores. she did a reel. It's just of her refill of the cooler, midweek cooler refill. Love it. We can do that for Valentine's Day. And the other one, Valentine's Day starts long before February 14th. This is Flower Shop of Lake Charles. Educate. We need to educate our customers. Hey, we're already working on Valentine's Day. December 26th. We're already working on it,
Yeah.
right? Actually, in October, we're working on it, but make them understand where it's coming. Broadway Flowers. I love that she made it like a playbill. She is in New York, and her shop is Flowers on Broadway. Valentine's Day is coming. Don't wait. I love that to pre-order. And then the one at the bottom was from Bill Doran in Austin, and it is a meme of Joey from Friends freaking out because it's a reel of moving from their Christmas stuff over to Valentine's Day, and it was hilarious. You should go follow them and get some inspiration that we could do for our staff. So, anyway, fun things to inspire us to do better at social media. Creating bundles, combine flowers, chocolates. We know this. We got to start thinking, what do we want to take in our shop and create 3 things together to make that $200 mark that Vonda was talking about. An arrangement, a plush, and a candle, an arrangement, chocolates, and a card. What do we want it to be? And how are we going to market it? It's all in the name, and we know that. Cute names sell. Here's some ideas. We want the romantic Taylor Swift version. Here's 3 different songs of hers: Enchanted, Lover, Love Story. So we could do a pink bouquet with plush and chocolate, a romantic bouquet with candle, and a nice thought out, a nice card. Our customers will pay for us to handwrite out a card. We can sell that for a pretty penny. If we have it, we should offer it. Movie titles: Pretty Woman, Love Actually. He's just not that into you. I put that there because number 1, it's a cult classic. Number 2, it's a great bundle to sell for Galentine's Day, or sending it on Valentine's Day from one best friend to the other, which I think would be hilarious. So anyway, it depends on our customer base, right? So these are just ideas that we need to think about. What kind of bundles we want to feature and what do we want to name them. Promote early bird. We need to be sending out emails, whether we have a promo in there for early bird incentive or not. We need to, as a team, decide that. We could do early delivery. We could offer up an additional small box of chocolates. I think we have some left over from Christmas. We could offer a extra gift value at $15. There are things that we could do that if they pre-order and sign up for early delivery, since it's on Saturday, if they are okay delivering it Monday through Wednesday, it benefits us as a team to offer this early bird incentive. So we need to be thinking what that incentive could be. Offering delivery promotion. So this is something we should discuss. I do know there are some shops that offer free local delivery in their area if they deliver early, but I know Vonda is.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I think we're
Yep.
gonna have to discuss that because we have to look at, what we're doing, but I think a lot of times, as you mentioned before, an incentive to order it early,
Yeah.
or it's a regular delivery charge Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but when they get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're gonna have a premium delivery charge.
Yeah.
So
I think
if
I
we're
like the
normally
Valentine's delivery
Yep,
charge. Yeah. I like
Valentine's
that
Day.
better.
Yep,
I
so
think that.
so we've got some ideas but we'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
And then Galentine's Day, I've talked about it a couple times. We just don't want to forget it. Like I said, we need to be posting about it on social media. We'll have something on our website, a design or two, and then you make it fun because every year Galentine's Day gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and we don't wanna miss this one. That's right.
No, no.
So this is one that we get asked every year, and we just want you to be ready and feel comfortable when somebody asks this question. I can get the roses much cheaper at the grocery store. Well, you've been to the grocery store recently, and you've seen that as well. Now, there are roses, they're less expensive, but look at that quality and compare that to what we have in the store. You can see that the grocery stores offer lower prices, but their quality is less as well. And they don't care for their flowers like we do. They don't cut them and put them in a hydrating solution. They don't make sure that they're hardened before they go in the cooler. We use correct care and handling. Our team is amazing at that, to make sure that we're giving a quality product to our team. And the rest of you, quality service. We're quality 100%, and they're not getting that at the grocery store. From when the flowers come in, to the sale, to the designer making them, to the delivery, quality all around. So we give that personalized service. So you see what we have here. Come up with your story, but it just
Yep.
needs to be, yeah, we understand. If you want that price, you can go to the grocery store and get them,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get the same product.
And I think the key to this also is to respond calmly,
Yeah.
but with confidence. And also be okay if they choose to walk out and go to a grocery store, because here's the thing, they aren't your customer. Any person that doesn't know the difference is not your customer. That's not going to understand the difference. They're not looking for quality. They're just looking for a bargain, and you're not a bargain flower shop. Take those 3 breaths that we talked about earlier and just move to the next one, because you did your best. You tried.
So remember to take care of yourself and your pedal partner, right? So we have those 2 things. Make sure you're hydrated, you have healthy snacks. And remember, if that somebody, maybe it's not your pedal partner, somebody else is like, they're not doing so well, say something, help
Yep.
them, help each other, because we're all in this together and we want it to be a really fabulous holiday. So, like it says here, it's all about our fabulous flowers. It's the food, because we do have some
Of
pretty
course.
amazing food.
Gotta have snacks.
Yeah, with snacks, and we have to all be flexible, and bottom line, we need to have fun.
Agree. All
You've
right.
got this, right?
You guys, we've got this.
We've
Let's
got
go
it.
sell some flowers. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed spending time with us, because we enjoy spending time with you. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button, or add the business and pleasure of flowers to your Google morning routine or your flash briefing on Alexa. We look forward to seeing you next week.
So please come back and join us and discover how a bit of knowledge and one small change in your mindset can take you to new levels in your life and business.